Takes a little while for it to detect it.
I forgot that auto start was on. All right, looks good.
Hallelujah. Blessed be the mighty King Yehoshua, King of the universe, King over all of us. Thanking the mighty Father for our lives, food, clothing, and shelter, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. I pray to the creator of the universe that he be with us, protect us, and guide us, and keep us. Thanking the Most High King for life. As you can hear my daughter in the background. We pray to the mighty King and we ask him for forgiveness. We ask him for wisdom and guidance in all things and everything. Thanking the Most High God for the life of Adon Ari Ben Binyamin, who was laid to rest today. The funeral services were today. If you missed it, you could go to Benia.Kobe Yisrael YouTube channel, and they have the full service on the channel of our brother Adon Ari Ben Binyamin. Also, if you didn't know, this past week on I believe it was Wednesday, we lost one of the elders in the community, a mother by the name of Rabbanit Yohanatan, Rabbanit Liana Leah Yohanatan, and she passed away this past Wednesday, November 18th, 2020. She was born on December 7th, 1926. She was the widow at that point of Rabbi Yohanatan. These are all pillars and big figures in this Israelite community. Whether people, they call themselves Black Jews or whatever it is, we all, at the end of it, we all are Israel, right? So thanking the Most High God for life, food, clothing, and shelter, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. I thank the Creator for all of your lives, and I pray that the Most High King will continue to be with all of us and protect us. As you see, we got a new background there. I hope that y'all enjoy it, that you don't get a headache watching the navigation through the skies. All right, I try to bring y'all something new. So tell me if you like it, if you like the new the new background, or if you don't like it, let me know, so that way I know not to do it anymore. Also, I would like to you all to please forgive me for earlier Nasik Zarishadai. Those of you who are following the series with Nasik Zarishadai, please forgive me for the low volume on his microphone. It's a microphone that I never worked with before. As you see, I'm working with it now, and it's working much better. So I didn't realize that I had to put a preamp on this microphone, and it was the first time that I worked with it with him. So I have a preamp on it now, and it works perfectly. So hopefully you can make out what he was trying to say. I know that it was very low, but hopefully you made it out. If you can hear me clearly and you see me clearly, give me a 1. If you like the background, if you like the new background, give me a 2. Shabbat shalom to everyone. So that's the navigation on the plane from different parts, Central America, into the Caribbean islands. So for some of the Caribbean islands and part of the east coast of the United States. So hopefully you will enjoy that, and you can see it clearly on your big screens. Shabbat Shalom, Gever Kaskuya, Julie Figuera, Ben Yehuda, and Kanzi, More Tavel, Ze'ef Benyamin, Julie, Ze'ef, Kanzi, Monica Sase. So it's not that I was ignoring y'all with the Prince Rishad thing, but it's just that I couldn't do anything about it because it was pre-recorded and it was already up. So I hope that you'll be able to, make it out. I know I think I spoil you guys a lot. I spoil you guys a lot, but I try to do my best when it comes to certain things. So yes, thanking the creator of heaven and earth. How is everyone doing out there? I know it was a very sad day for many of us, and seeing our brother being put away, but this is also a part of life, and my condolences go out to his family. My brother Akazi, may the Most High God be with you, your siblings, and everyone else, the family, his Adonai Rizisha, also his family members, my brother Truck Dawi, my sister Kenya, and their family, and everyone that took that loss. We pray to the Creator that He will help to heal all of your wounds and this your loss. All right? So today I want to speak about wisdom. Today, I might play music, I might not play music, but I want to speak about wisdom today because I think it's necessary to speak about wisdom sometimes. And I think I'm going to begin. Shabbat Shalom, Haya Gita, Ima Haya Gita, El Emet, TMH, Naimia Yehuda, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom to you all. So, just before we start, how did y'all like that Where There's Peace video? Did you like it? Did you enjoy it? Was it nice? Y'all surely made the views go up, right? You made the views go up real quick. That video must have been on replay for a lot of people. To the young daughter, the young sister Imani, thank you for your great voice, and thank you for even sending me the video clip so that we were able to integrate it into what we had already with the drummer, Chief Meku, and the backup singer, my brother More Aranya. So I hope that you all enjoyed the video, Where There's Peace. From the looks of it and the views, it seems like a lot of people enjoyed it, and a lot of people had that video on replay. Ben Yehuda said it was dope. Stunning Riff said loved it. Rakutia Jordan said Shabbat Shalom. Yemima said fire. Shalom, man. That's my son. Brings me my. Thank you very much, my son. As you see the blue skies, beautiful. Nothing like blue skies. Nay B says nice, loved it. Everybody loved it. So hopefully I could get more stuff like that out. My brother, I was speaking to my brother. He said he loves the song, but he was critiquing me about. He said that Imani's part looked like a real professional video, but the other parts, the background, maybe I should have did it better. It was good. The song is beautiful. I love the song, but you could have done the video better. So goes figures that my brother will criticize the work that I do, but he was giving me constructive criticism and I understood what he was speaking about. So next time maybe we'll make a more professional video so that he could be satisfied and pleased with the quality of video that I put out. So there it is. Monica, Sister Monica said that video was great, and Moray Ishia and since he has been playing the song quite a bit. Sister Imani did a great job. I love it. Okay. Blessed be. I don't know, Moray Ishia, he has like a radio show or something. I didn't even know that he was playing the song like that. But Toda Rabah. Hopefully I could get Sister Imani to do maybe 1 or 2 more videos. But young people are very busy, so they're hard to catch up with. I get it. I was once young, so young adults work. They do, they gotta do what young adults do. They move around and do all sorts of stuff. So if she has time on her hands and I could catch up with her, maybe we could do one for Isaiah's song or something. I'll try to talk to her about that, see if she'd be willing to do that. So I know her aunt is on with me, and maybe grandma is on. So if you could talk to her, I'll appreciate it. It makes it easier. Blessed be. Hallelujah. Somebody said play it again. Just go on the Mishpachah channel. It's up there forever. You could play it over and over and over again. Maybe what I'll in the morning I'll probably I think we're looking at Cuba right there. I think that might be Cuba right there that we're looking at, that landmass that you're looking at in the background. Might be over Cuba right there. Let me see. Oh, Keturah David. When can we get you in the studio? That's the sister of Chief Naphtali Ben Don. She's also a very good singer. Hopefully I could get her to sing something. Put something there. Maybe you could do a song with your brother. Maybe you could sing a hook for Naf. Maybe you and him should link up and do something. I think that will work. He raps, you sing. Don't worry, when CHOKMAH keep going, I'll put something together. Who is this? This is RK. Who's RK? That's Czar. Ace requested it. Please, bro. Aish or Ish. I don't know what that means, what that says. Meanwhile, Press Chief was I hope you had a great vacation. Todayah for all things and everything. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Todayah for life. Wonderful Mia. The video was great, and the song will always be a classic in Israel. This isn't Cash Money Records. Editing like that is high quality equipment, and that's great job. Thank you very much. Not as good as Imani, but you could sing, sis. Don't play yourself short. Let's see here. Amen. Don't get shook started. You know it. Couture, we gonna make it work. You just gotta be willing to work and just follow my lead. I'll guide you in the right path. We'll get you a classic. But talking about artists and music and all that good stuff, right? This week, oh baby, this week. As you see my little U right here, right? You know what the U stands for. Moray Tavel will tell me that I need to have humility. But this is something that was given to me on my 40th birthday, so it's nothing. I'm not showing off with that. It's just there's no use for it, so I guess I put it in the frame. But yes, not getting off topic. So this past week, brother that I usually speak to, we speak to each other maybe once or twice a week. He'll call me, communicates with me. Brother that we all know on the stream, ZF Benjamin. So he sends me a link to some music. So, I always get links to music and people tell me to, I got a song here or maybe you should play that. And then I listen to it and it's like, when there's music for Yah, I don't like to criticize it, right? So when there's music for Yah, it's beautiful. Because if you're giving your heart and your spirit to sing to the Creator, I don't want to knock that. But there are levels to music, right? And there are certain people that do make better music than others. So when you sonically you hear certain things, it's like when y'all heard "Shake Me Out," right? Sonically, it was appealing, and you were able to grasp it, and it wasn't dated to you. It was like, oh, this is recent. I could grasp this. I could play this. I could play this every day. It's not just Shabbat music. And then there's some music that you just call Shabbat music, and you listen to it. There's some songs that you listen to that is like I was explaining to the brother. I said, sometimes people make music and initially people are actually laughing that you had the audacity to even make a record, but then after a while, the laughter turns into like a bad record that's made. People laugh at it, but then it becomes like a novelty, and it becomes like, oh, it's a bad record, but it, because it's so bad, then we begin to like it so much. And not meaning to offend anyone, I didn't mention any names. I'm just saying some records are like that, And sometimes you think people are laughing with you, but they really laughing at you. Sometimes they're actually laughing at the record. So not getting off topic so much, this brother sent me a link with, I have to say, about 20 songs, maybe a little bit more. 2 separate projects. And when I say, oh, baby, when this monster is ready to release out of the I'm talking about hip-hop. He does hip-hop. He's a hip-hop artist. Just think of a hardcore hip-hop artist, but with no profanity and talking about the Most High and the law, statutes, and commandments. Ooh, he bringing that fire. And when he's ready to let this, because he said, the songs still have to be mastered, professionally done songs, original beats. He's not sampling, not that he's not sampling, but he's not using no industry beats. And when I'm telling you that this brother is spitting straight, all you true hip hop heads out there, like hardcore hip hop heads, like I don't know if Mordecai is on, Mordecai Naftali, if he's on. I know he's a true hip hop head. This is for the true hip hop head. My brother Chief Czar. Whoever else is out there, I'm not really sure. I think Katora is a true hip hop head. And there's a lot of true hip hop heads out there. I just don't know all of you. But baby, when you hear this brother and the message he got, put it like this. He already is in my... I'm going to let y'all hear him first, but I'm going to say he's already in my top 5 Israelite rappers of all time. He's already in my top 5. And if he keep making music the way that he is, that's where I'm going to leave it at. All right? And it's the whole project. I've been rocking this for the last 2 days that he's given me this music. And I can't share it with y'all because the brother said, I want you to listen to it. But I can't wait until he tells me that I could share it with the world. In fact, what we're going to do is, because we discussed that we're going to do like a listening Shabbat party, right? This is godly music, so we could do it. Like on a Shabbat night talk, I'm going to sit down with him. We're going to go track by track. I'm going to ask him what he was thinking when he made this track, what was going through his mind. It's one of those type of projects. And this is for the true hip-hop heads. Some of you that are not deep into hip-hop like that, it might go over your head, but if you're a true hip-hop head and you love hip-hop, this brother right here, I'm telling you, he's from somewhere in the Midwest, and he sounds like, when I heard him, I was like, you sound like a East Coast New York rapper. Your flow is not like a Southern or Midwest flow. He was like, nah, because when I did rap, I rap before I came into this way of life. That's the way that I rap. So y'all gonna see. That's for my true hip hop heads. Y'all that's not really into hip hop like that, you might not be able to see. Let me clean these glasses because maybe that's why I can't see that clear. I'm over here killing myself trying to figure it out. It says here, not as good as Imani. Amen. Don't get shook started. Azak Queen. Shabbat Shalom family. Azak Queen. Do your thing, Shug. Chief Uzel, can you please tell me where I can find the video at, please? Can somebody please tell the Cheryl Pearsall on the Mishpaka Drummers YouTube channel. It's on the Mishpaka Drummers YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed to that channel yet, you need to go over there and subscribe to it. A lot of all the quarantine specials, all the great songs. That's what we load up. We try to load up. That's the channel we created to load up all the music, especially the drumming, the stuff that you're hearing. We're gonna work on all of that. Put all them songs up on the Where There's Peace video in the descriptions. If you look underneath there, the lyrics is on it. So now you don't have to mumble along what is it that you think is being said. And if you got our prayer book, I believe the lyrics to Where There's Peace is on our prayer book. So you could sing along. You know exactly what is it that's being said, and I also give the interpretation of what is being said in English, so that you don't be lost and understand what is it that we're saying. In the background, that was a rough landing. I just have to say it was a very rough landing. All right, that background shaky like that, it was a rough landing. There was a lot of oohs and ahs in that landing. And oh God, just letting you know, all right? That's what I was told, that it was a rough landing. Let me see. Oh boy, Tavel Young. I'm using humility, Tavel. I'm using humility. I have the green light on Selah and Truth Be Told. All right. So the brother, you see, the brother gave me the green light on 2 songs already. If I decide to play music tonight, I will play those songs. But if I don't decide to play music tonight, you will have to wait till next week. Don't kill me. It all depends on how I feel. All right? If we get the numbers up to 100 people watching, then I'll play music tonight. But if we don't, then I won't play music tonight. But I'm going to go through some passages I'm actually going to the Apocrypha, to Ecclesiasticus. This is some wisdom. Emmanuel Prescott. Let's go. Praise and holy party. Looking forward. Ben Yehuda, the second coming of Nas, LOL. I wouldn't say it's a Nas. I would say more, you would have to hear him, right? I think the brother's dope. Being a hip hop head and understanding hip hop and then knowing how someone flows and all of the things that they're saying, that's really what captured my ear, right? What he was dropping. If my brother Cypher's out there, you in my top 5, Cypher. Don't, you know what I mean? If you listening, you still in my top 5, my brother. Right? Cypher is dope. But you in my top 5. All right? Says here. I feel a huge praise party coming. Oh, you know it, Rebecca. You know we gonna get your cousin up here. We're gonna get after we get Zev pumping in the airwaves. We're gonna get him up here. You already know that Chief Naftali been dying in your arms, and they could track you all over the place after you've been vaccinated. Put that chip up in you. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm just joking, all right? I'm just joking. All the conspiracy theorists is going to come after me. Let me see. Okay, thank you so much. I'm on it ASAP. All right. I don't know why I'm over here. All right. Buffering. I'm not buffering anymore. Why you teasing the people, family? This is Saw. I'm glad you're back, Chief. Yeah, I've been calling you all week. You don't pick up your phone, so it is, you know what I mean? I try to call you, try to see what was up with you, but I don't know. Is everybody getting buffering out there? I don't know what's going on with the buffering. Maybe it's a little glitchy. Let me see. Love you and thankful for you being my moray and a great friend. Anytime, my brother. Tavel, lack of humility. Hey, I'm being very humble, Tavel. I'm being humble. I'm just giving my opinion on what it is that I heard and what I think is very, 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 very dope music. All right, so, but we gotta do it right. So, Zev, what you have to do is you gotta send me those tracks on MP3. Email it to me right now. Email me those 2 tracks because I can't play it off of SoundCloud. All right, so email me those 2 tracks, and if I feel up to playing music tonight, then I'll do it. But as you can see right now, I got the book open. So If we get these numbers up, then y'all will force my hand. As my daughter is upstairs crying and wailing because I think her mother is combing out her hair. Let me see. No buffer. Let me see. Lack of humility. Play the song. Tavel Young. I'm getting a J Electronica vibe. He never does. No buffering here. Shabbat Shalom family. Not anyone. Nope. I was buffering, not anymore. Blame the white man. Buffering has stopped. Drop the fire, Suge. Listen, Suge, let's get the numbers up. The numbers go up, then you got to give me a little time to set up, and then I'll play music. But if the numbers ain't up, I'm gonna just do what I'm doing here. Let's get the numbers up. Share, like the video, share it to your platform. Let them know what we doing. And then if it works that way, then I'll do what I have to do. But if not, then I'll just hold it. But Zev, send me those tracks to the email, and we gonna rock it. All right. Now the 2 songs he's sending me is just 2. His music, you got to listen to it as a whole. It's a compilation because he has skits, a bunch of stuff. Like it's like a real CD. And this is stuff that I've been wanting for years, that I've been telling y'all that we need to start stepping it up. We need to start doing music that's appealing, that you could play 7 days out of the week. You just don't have to play it on the Shabbat, not just Shabbat music. So Shabbat Shalom. Sister Dorothy, did you get the files that I sent you? I emailed it to you, I believe, a couple of weeks ago or last week. Just confirm with me that you got those files in the email with all the prayers and all that stuff. You emailed it to me yesterday. Okay. Let me see here. Let me make sure. Ooh, brother say he emailed it to me yesterday. Let's see. Bang, bang, bang. Let me check it. Yesterday was the 19th? Let me see. You sure did. Sure did. Sure did. Sure did. So, all right. Let's see here. Let's go through a chapter first. Let's go through something, little something first. And then we'll see how we look after I'm done with that. How does the mic sound? Like, once again, I want to apologize to everyone for what happened with Prince Rishadai earlier. New microphone. I didn't know what to I didn't know that it needed a preamp, and he was speaking, very, very low also. So with that combination, that's why I sounded real loud and he sounded low. But hopefully we can make it up next week. He'll be with us next week also. So hopefully we can make it up. Let's see here. I'm going to Ben Sirach, Ecclesiasticus chapter 1, starting from verse 1, in the Apocrypha. It reads, all wisdom is from Yahweh, and with him it remains forever. The sand of the sea, the drops of rain, and the days of eternity, who can count them? The height of heaven, the breadth of the earth, the abyss and wisdom, who can search them out? So these are rhetorical questions because let's begin from the very top. It says, all wisdom is from Yahweh. So we understand that all the wisdom and the understanding that we get it from the creator of heaven and earth. He's the one that grants us the know-how and the ability to be able to discern things and to be able to create things and to be creative and to be thoughtful and all those things. The Most High God is the one that gives us that wisdom. It says, the sand of the sea, the drops of rain, and the days of eternity. Who can count them? Who can count them? Man can't count them. Abraham began to start to count the stars of the heaven, and the Most High God counted to him for righteousness, but he couldn't count them. But the only one that can count the drops of the rain, the sands of the sea, and the stars of the heavens is the creator of heaven and earth. And he can name each one of the stars of the heaven. So what is this telling us? It's telling us of the infinite power of the creator, the infinite wisdom of Yah, and what he is capable of doing. And him being capable of doing these things, us being made in the image of the creator, he's able to pass it down to his creation, which is us. We will never attain the heights of the creator because he is the all in all. But he could pass down some of that wisdom, some of that knowledge, some of that understanding to us and make us to be above those who don't subscribe to his word and walk in the path that the creator has in store for all mankind. It reads, the heights of the heaven, the breadth of the earth, the abyss and wisdom, who can search them out? Yeah, who can search out the height of heaven and the breadth of the earth and the abyss and wisdom? You know, back in the days, a group by the name of the 5%ers, who was started by Clarence X13, I believe was his name. They were a branch off of the NOI, the Nation of Islam. And well, also the Nation of Islam, they used to give you the measurement of the earth and how many square feet it was, and they'll give you the weight of the earth and all these things, but they really couldn't measure that. Babies are born every second upon a second. People die. Things are created. They don't know the weight of the earth. They did not know the weight of the earth. These are made up figures and factors. They don't know the measurement of the earth. No one has ever taken a tape measure and measured the earth. They didn't know that. They didn't know the square footage. Those were made up numbers. Only the creator knows the measure of the earth and the expanse of the heavens and the skies. And when you go into outer space, the creator is the one that understands all the measurements of all those things. There's planets out there, stars out there that we can't even reach, that we don't know. So God is the one that has the power. The creator is the one that has the power to know and understand all these things, not us as man. Wisdom was created before all other things, and prudent understanding from eternity. The root of wisdom, to whom has it been revealed? Her subtleties, who knows them? Right? So the root of wisdom, to whom has it been revealed? It's been revealed to us. What's the root of wisdom? The Torah of the Most High God. And it's been revealed to the nation of Israel, where Moses came down from the mountain, right, with those words, with those 10 words, with that tablet written with the finger of God. It was to give it to us. And then after that, Moses even gave us more, because when Moses was up there for 40 days and 40 nights, it was more than 10 words that Moses got. Moses got the entire Torah. And Most High God filled Moses up with his word. and with what he needed us as a nation to live by and what he needed us to understand. So Moses was the servant of the Most High God, who in turn brought the word of God to his people. And the word of God is the root of wisdom. It says, verse 8, there is but one who is wise, greatly to be feared, seated upon his throne, Yahweh. There's only one that's wise and to be feared, and that's Yahweh. That's the creator of heaven and earth. We give reverence unto his name, and we fear him for what he could do to us, and how by just his word we could be eliminated from this earth because of the things that we do that are contrary to the laws of God. So we magnify and glorify his name so that he will have mercy upon us, because he is also called the merciful one. It's one of his attributes, that he has mercy upon his people, Yisrael. That's one of his attributes. Let me see here. So, let me see here. Give me 1 second. It says, verse 9, it is he who created her. He saw her and took her measure. He poured her out upon all his works, upon all the living according to his gift. He lavished her upon those who love him. Who is the her? The her is wisdom. Wisdom is always spoken of in feminine terms because man always obtain wisdom or grasp wisdom, just like a man finds a wife, right? So it's always, wisdom is always associated as being feminine because man obtain it. But now, because it's being spoken of like that, it doesn't mean that our sisters cannot obtain wisdom, because some sisters are much more wiser than some men, right? But it's just in the poetic form that is being put. It's spoken of as if men pursue it, just like a man pursues a woman. And the giver of wisdom, which is the creator of heaven and earth, he used wisdom to lay out the foundations of the earth, as we read in Proverbs chapter 8, where it speaks about wisdom being at the beginning, playing before the Most High God in his habitable earth. And wisdom delight is with who? With the sons of men. So us as human beings, as the children of the creator of heaven and earth, we have to obtain wisdom, go after it. Go after it because it's marrow to our bones. And you know what the marrow in the bones produces, right? It produces blood, and blood is the life source of mankind. So wisdom gives us life. And understanding spares our lives from, bad situations. So these are the things that we have to keep in mind. These are the things that we have to understand, and we have to know that the creator of heaven and earth gave us wisdom in order for us to attain it and to walk in it and to be before the creator. Verse 11, the fear of Yahweh is glory and exaltation and gladness and a crown of rejoicing. The fear of Yahweh is very important for us to fear the creator. Right? Because if we don't fear the creator, then that means that we allow ourselves to do what is it that we want to do. But fearing the creator, what it allows us is the opportunity to not sin, to not commit iniquity, right? Iniquity is like sinning with a high hand. I know I'm doing wrong, and I'm going to do it anyway, right? And then you begin to pile on sin upon sin, and then that in itself is bad. That in itself is bad because now you don't really care about the consequences that's coming before you. And this is what our people, the children of Israel, would do. It says that they would sin, and right before they sin, they would have the calf ready because they would bring it up as an offering. But they plan to do the sin, and they just start bringing an animal will be atonement for that sin. That's why the Most High God said, away with your sacrifices. That obedience is better than sacrifice. Verse 12, the fear of Yahweh delights the heart and gives gladness and joy and long life. The fear of Yahweh delights the heart and gives gladness and joy and long life. The fear of Yahweh gives long life, because if you fear Yah, you're not going to find yourselves in situations of sin that are going contrary to the Creator. So the fear of Yahweh is long life. Just keep that in mind. It says here, verse 13, those who fear Yahweh will have a happy end. On the day of their death, they will be blessed. No one desires that more than a good person. I just want to be able to die good, because we all going to die, right? No matter what we feel or whatever, we feel like we got a lot of life left. Listen, let me tell you something. I don't know how old Ari was, but he didn't look like he was. Every time I looked, he looked like a strong man. Stand upright, but we don't know, right? And that's a person that we love, that many of us loved. He's no longer here, so we can't tell. And for all intent and purposes, a good person, but we can't tell when the Most High God is ready for us. That's what I'm saying. Do you have 10 more years? Do you have 15, 20? Can you guarantee that? We don't know. So we have to live our lives in a righteous manner so that when we die, we could be satisfied. You know what I mean? We could accept the death and understand that it's time to go. I lived out my life in Todayah. Look at Rabbanit Yohanatan. She lived to 92 years old. She was just about ready to have another birthday, but she came up short, I believe, of her 93rd year. So either 93rd or 94th year, but she was born in 1926, December 1926. So we don't know. We don't know when our time is going to be. So our best bet is to fear Yah, to keep his commandments, to hold on to him, and to do things that's right. Also, there's certain things that we do that speed up that time. And that's not the fault of the Creator, but it's faults of our own. The things that we do that cause us to err, right? And we can't blame that on the Most High God. Things that bring bad health, if we're smoking cigarettes, or if we excessively drinking, or if we doing certain things to harm our bodies, right? I speak of myself. I got to bring down the weight, because weight, no matter how much exercise or whatever you do, weight brings on diabetes. It brings sugar, hypertension, high blood pressure. Todayah, I don't have those things, because I as big as I am, I work out, I try to do certain things, but there's a point where the weight has to be controlled, because then I'm doing harm to myself, and I can't blame Yah for that, because Yah gave us free will. So if God gave us free will, how do we blame him for the things that we did in our free will? They're not necessarily a sin against the Creator, but we damaged ourselves. So therefore, if you damage yourself, you cut your lifespan short, and you have no one to blame but yourself. Yeah, there's certain things that Yah brings on us, and sometimes it's punishment, but everything is not what Yah brought on us. Some of the things that come upon us are things that we brought upon ourselves because of our own negligence. And being negligent is having lack of wisdom or lack of understanding, if I'm making any sense to anyone out there. Our own negligence is what causes us to err, and we have to be careful. All right? We have to be careful. It says here, verse 14, to fear Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom. She's created with the faithful in the womb. She made among human beings an eternal foundation, and among their descendants she will abide faithfully. So the fear of Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom. Like I told y'all, that Torah, keeping that Torah, right, is fearing Yahweh. Because you keep in the Torah, you find his law, statutes, and commandments. It says here, she's created with the faithful in the womb, with the faithful servants in the womb. So we are all born with wisdom. The route that we take is what determines whether that wisdom stays or goes. It says the spirit of wisdom flee far away from deceit. So the minute we begin to become deceitful, to deal in falsehoods, to do all of those things, that spirit of wisdom flees away from us. It no longer stays attached to us. And the more that we indulge in those unrighteous acts and that unrighteous behavior, wisdom will not enter. That's why you look at and you see people, you say, why doesn't that person understand that they was doing this for 40 years? They was doing this for 35 years, and then all of a sudden they just fell out because that whatever they're into, whatever it is that got them away from Torah, that caused them to go reprobate, whatever that was that caused them to do that, won't allow wisdom to enter into them. So they become hard-headed and stubborn, and they begin to lean upon their own understanding. That's what happens. That's why you see so many people, and you see that people fall off, and you see and you wonder why people, why they're not getting it, because first of all, they might be cut off by the Creator. And then because that wrong became good to them, or it began to feel good. And because God does not punish you speedily, you think you've gotten away. And you say, God doesn't really care about this. We're in captivity. We have to do what we have to do. Those are the things that the Creator of heaven and earth eventually come and gets you. It says here, verse 16, to fear Yahweh is fullness of wisdom. She inebriates mortals with her fruits. She fills their whole house with desirable goods, and their storehouses with her produce. That's deep. The fear of Yahweh is the fullness of wisdom. That's wisdom in its entirety. So those of us, and I'm speaking to us because we tune in every Shabbat night, what we know in the Gregorian calendar is Friday night, right? We tune in every Shabbat night. And We come to attain wisdom, whether it come in music form, whether it come in a conversation with us just kicking it back and forth. We come to attain it. So we have the fullness of wisdom, because even if we stumble along the way, and a righteous man falleth, but he get back up. So that means even though he's fallen, he's righteous still. So we striving for that perfection. But we obtaining that full wisdom because we armor ourselves with the understanding of Torah, which is wisdom, right? So we put that on, and even with our mistakes, listen, we make mistakes. We're not perfect. We're striving for perfection, but we're not there yet. That's why the Most High God told us, said, look unto Abraham. Look from the rock from whence you were hewn. And look at the pit of the hole from where you were dug. Look unto Abraham and look unto Sarah. The epitome of what Israel is supposed to be. Why? Because Abraham was tested several times and endured. Sarah was right there by him, obeying his word, loving him, and allowing him to become the best servant of Yah that he could be. These are things that we have to look up. Are you holding your Ish back from becoming the best servant of Yah that he could be? Are you holding your Isha back from becoming the best servant of Yah that she can be? Are you holding your Yeladim back, your brother, your sister back, for putting things in their heads and saying, or turning them away from doing what is it that they need to do to serve the Creator in the best manner that they could serve him? These are the things that we need to keep in mind. Don't deter a servant of the Most High God from serving the Creator, because you might be turning a good person away from a service that they were put on this earth to do before the Creator. But you see, God, the Most High, when we deter from doing what we're supposed to do, what we were put here to do, he always has someone to replace. And we have to, those are things that we have to remember. We are expendable. We could be replaced. So leave your legacy on earth, being a righteous legacy. Do the right thing so that you could be remembered in a good manner and in good spirit. Don't put yourself in a predicament to be talked about in a bad way. We stumble along the way. We all make mistakes. We make, we make boo-boos that people say. And we also have to learn to be forgiven, because that's what we expect of the Most High, forgiveness. So therefore, if you expect forgiveness from the Most High, then you also have to learn to forgive. These are things that we have to keep in mind, brothers and sisters. These are the understandings that we have to have. This is the wisdom that we have to have, right? There's many things that we see, right? Brotherhood. We always speak about brotherhood, but you know what true brotherhood and sisterhood is? True brotherhood and sisterhood is telling someone something that they might not want to hear at the time. Now, notice that when you're that type of person, you don't have many friends. When you're that type of person that tells the truth and tell your friends really how you feel about what they're doing, you don't have many friends when it's like that. Because people always, they're like, oh, why you always judging me? Why you doing this and what? That's not that you judging them. You're just seeing the wrong and you correcting it. Now, most people like that could take correction. Like, I have a set of friends that they could tell me when I'm wrong, right? Even at my angriest, when I'm angry or when I get upset, right? They could, if you come to me with understanding and be like, hey man, this is where you went wrong. Even at my highest point of being angry, I'm not going to tell you to shut up or I'm not trying to listen to you. Or if you know me, even when I get angry, and if I'm wrong, if I know I'm wrong, the next day, the next week or whatever, I'll come in and I'll apologize. If some people cannot do that. Some people can't apologize, can't take telling, as people say. When that's a Caribbean expression, you can't take telling, meaning you can't take someone telling you what to do or telling you if you're wrong or correcting you. That is something that you have to work on within yourself, because we all have to be able to take instructions from someone. Someone has to be able to tell us something when we're doing wrong. It's important, people. It's very important to be able to adhere to wisdom, to knowledge, and to understanding. That's the thing that's going to save our lives. It said anger resteth in the bosom of a fool. If you stay angry and you don't know how to release that anger or let it go, it's going to kill you. Blood pressure, anger kills, stress kills. It says here, and true friends, let me tell you what true friends don't do. True friends don't talk about each other behind their backs. True friends don't do that. A true friend will tell a true friend what they have to tell them to their face, whether they hear or forbear. They tell them, this is what I feel, or this is what I feel that you did to me that offended me, and I did not like it. That's what true friends do. When you start hearing people saying things about people, or they saying things about a particular place or whatever it may be, that means that those were not true friends. Because if you had a problem with a person, a place, a thing, whatever it might be, you will confront that person and be like, because if it's somebody that you care, and the reason why I say that, because if it's someone that you really care for, you will want to let the person know what they did wrong or what you felt they did wrong, and then have a discussion about it rather than stick a knife in someone's back. And then it gets back to the person. There's a proverb that says, a whisperer separates chief friends. Chief friends. Not meaning that I'm a chief and you're a chief. Not meaning that. Meaning good friends. A whisperer, meaning a person who likes session, who go from one person to another to another. They separate chief friends. Why? Because they go from one to the other. They go from one to the other. They go from one to the other. Now I'll tell you a story, and I won't say the names just to keep everyone safe, and not to offend anyone. There's a brother that knows me very well, right? Knows me very well, knew me from when I was young, and there was another brother who this funniest story. There was another brother that started saying some stuff and said that I had said these things. So the brother that knows me very well, he starts listening to the brother, and now this brother is telling the brother that knows me very well, oh, this is what Chief Ooze was saying about your situation. So the brother listened to him, and the brother said, I know Chief Ooze. And I'm going to ask Chief Ooze if he said all those things. And if he didn't say those things, I'm going to make him kick your behind. So needless to say, when the brother came to me and he asked me, he said, I know that you didn't say this stuff, but this is what this guy said. And I have to, and I say, you know me long enough. You know that I don't even talk to that person like that. People make up things. People say things. They make up things. They fabricate stories. They say things. Same brother stayed away for some weeks. Then he gave me some story and he apologized. I wasn't going to put my hands on anyone, but that shows the character of the person, right? Because here you go going to tell someone that knows me, right? That knows that if I have a problem with anything that they did, that I would tell them to their face. So that's already my character. So that person would be like, if Ooze had a problem with anything that I said, he will come to me and tell me, what are you telling me? Nah, this doesn't sound right. So good character goes a long way. If you're a person that's known to, that's why sometimes like boisterous people that are like upfront, and sometimes you feel like they're offensive because they tell you things, and a lot of the times they tell you about yourself and they tell you the truth and you don't like it. It's good to have those people around sometimes because they give you a reality check. I'm not talking about rude people. There's a difference between being rude and being able to tell someone when they're doing wrong, or be able to express to someone, come on, man, you know better than that. And there's a rebuke that's not comely, right? There's a rebuke that's going to be a bit harsh, or it's going to be harsher than other rebukes, but it's not comely. And there's a way to rebuke to where it says, a soft answer turneth away wrath. So there's different ways that we could deal with different things. You have to know when you have to use kid gloves, and you have to know when you have to apply a little pressure. That's life. Let me see here. That's right. Spreading discord amongst Yah's people is what he hates. But these are things that we have to keep in mind and we have to understand. Understanding is, it's not that easy for everyone to get. Understanding is not easy for everyone to get. Some people don't get it. Some people want to be in the mix. Like, there's some people, like, you ever notice, sit in a crowd, right? And people are telling stories, like something funny might have happened. My brother Chief Czar is probably out there listening. And we've been around each other for so long that we know each other. So we could be telling stories. Another brother, Chief Meku, we always laugh about these situations because there's some people who they have a story for every story you tell. You ever see those people? Something like that similar happened to me. A lot of times nothing like that happened to them. They just need to fabricate something and make it their own. And they just need to lie for no reason. No one asked you to, you didn't need to lie. You didn't need to say anything. If you didn't have a story like that one, then you didn't have to make one up. But you have some people that have a story to tell for every story that you have. So you could be talking about swimming, right? Let's say, oh yeah, I went swimming. I was in at the pool. I was swimming, this, that, and the third. Oh yeah, I was out in the Caribbean Ocean and I swam all the way out, and you'd be like, you don't even know how to swim. So how was you swimming in the Caribbean Ocean? I know that you don't know how to swim. You forgot? Oh yeah, you talking about basketball. And then they go, yeah, I could have made it to the NBA. And you're like, what are you talking about? I seen your game. You're not better than me. So how could you have made it to the NBA? You got people that just lie for no reason. And you're like, I seen you shoot. I seen you move. You have no game. How can you have made it to the NBA? You have people like that, unfortunately. Mr. Me Too, that's right. But I digress. I went off on a diatribe, but here we go. It says, let me go back to the fear of Yahweh is the fullness of wisdom. She inebriates mortals with her fruits. What are the fruits of wisdom? Understanding. The fruits of wisdom is what we labor for and what we gain. Because wisdom causes us to do our job in the correct manner, or causes us to invent, to be able to provide a service for the people, and we get to eat and feed our families. She fills their whole house with desirable goods, wisdom, right? Which is what God gives us to be able to fulfill what is it that we need to fulfill. God gave myself the wisdom to be able to do all this technical. I didn't go to school for any of this. How I began to record, when I came around doing tour, Prince Paul, had an apartment on Lincoln Place and on Lincoln Place between Ralph and Buffalo. Him and his wife at that time, Princess Devore. So, third floor apartment, all of us in there, the kids, whatever. How did my technology begin? Me being able to figure some of this stuff out. So, I was always the type that, I had a little boom box, and I used to record like Mr. Magic. This is before I came into Torah every Friday night. And every Saturday night, Mr. Magic and Red Alert. The latest hip-hop songs that came out. So I already had a little boom box. I was into music or whatever. So when I came into this way of life, and I began to take in the lessons and begin to gain some understanding, I would say like a year into or like 11 months into being in this way of life, I asked Prince Paul if I could record the teachings. He told me, go ahead. So I began to record. I began to record the teachings because we would get called up to teach. Young men would get called up to teach every week or every other week, whatever it was, and you just had to have a lesson. In those days, you would mimic someone that you like. You would try to be like you were very young, 13, 14. Young. The only young teacher that I know that didn't mimic anyone and was intelligent from when I came into this way of life was Chief Naftali Ben Don. He was always like intelligent. I remember him just being intelligent, and I was like, wow, But everybody else, we mimic someone. Everybody, you try to be like someone or combination of people, whatever it was. He had like his own, he was who he was when he was 13. And I could bring tapes from when he was 13 and 14, and I could prove it to you. Like, he was who he was. Like, the same when you maybe a little lighter voice because we were young, but maybe not because my voice kind of still sounds the same. Maybe a little bit lighter, but not too much. So he was the same way. And when I'm telling you he was the same way, he was the same way. All right? I'm not making this up. He taught the same way. Brilliant brother. He became the head of the keepers of the, what is it? Keepers of the Brotherhood it was? KOB? KOB. Keepers of the Brotherhood in Brooklyn Tech. It was a program in Brooklyn Tech. I think he became the president of it. And through him, a lot of great brothers he was the connection in Brooklyn Tech. So when he went into Brooklyn Tech, the brothers that came out of Brooklyn Tech were people like Brother Uriah, Samal Zakar. Now I don't know exactly how it went in Brooklyn Tech, but I know that Chief Naftali, when we were like 18, 19, no, 18, 17 and 18, because he graduated from high school when he was 17. So I know that it was a large group of brothers that came out of Brooklyn Tech that came with him, right? Or however it went in Brooklyn Tech, all I know is that Naf went to Brooklyn Tech and a large contingent of people from Brooklyn Tech came with him. And at that time, it was a bunch of people from Brooklyn Tech. And I remember that being like, that guy is amazing. And I believe that Brother Uriah also had a lot to do with that and talking to people and so forth and so on from Brooklyn Tech. If you out there, Don Rue, if you listening to me, Shabbat Shalom. I don't know if you listen, but Shalom to you, my brother, and to your family. But, yeah, that from that, it was more, I think, more a Yivtak. It was a brother by the name of Shemuel. I believe it was Shemuel. Dawi, a.k.a. Whiskey. Those were the names they came up with. Even a teacher came with him. Started doing Torah. Very powerful young man, but I digress. I'm just giving you a little bit of history. So I was recording, and then I stopped. I remember we were moving around. We went from Prince Paul's apartment. There was a building next door that had a courtyard. We used to do teachings in there. The people allowed us. And we were all back there singing and doing. We were like nomads. Put a piece of fence up and during Pesach and roast lamb in the courtyard, just doing illegal stuff. But it was what it was. Then we went to Ima Sarah's basement. No, we went to the park, Ima Sarah's basement. Then we went to the place on St. John's and Nostrand. That's where a lot of other people came in. And, in the transition from the apartment, Prince Paul apartment, to the back, that's what it was. We went into the courtyard, and there was no way for me to record in the courtyard. There was no electrical power, so I just stopped recording. So then when we went into Ima Sarah's basement, Chief Amos Ben Yehuda, may the Most High God bless his memory. He said, big man, he said, why you stop recording? I said, I don't know. I said, we courtyard, we couldn't really record from the courtyard. He said, big man, you a modern day scribe, big man. He said, you have to do this. You can't stop. Once you start it, you can't stop. And that's all he had to tell me at 14, 15, something like that. That's all he had to tell me. I was like, all right. You know, these guys was like larger than life. They told you anything. They could tell you walk off you could walk to the moon and you think that you could walk to the moon. You know what I mean? Because these were our teachers. So it's like, all right, I started recording again. Cassette tapes. And I'm young at this time, cassette tapes. And then it became, then because more and more people started to come, adults and working people, they were like, hey, how much you charge for the tapes? So in those days, it was like a Shabbat service could be like 3 tapes in the summer. 90-minute tapes is like what? 90 minutes. I used to get the 90 minutes. Was that 90 minutes is an hour and 30 minutes? So hour and 30 minutes, that's 3 hours. That's a morning service, and even more sometimes. So it could be 3 tapes in the morning and part of the afternoon, whatever. It could be 3 to 4 tapes in a Shabbat service, depending on what time of the year it was. So, you know, it was like $5 a tape. And they, you know, these guys used to get, and it used to keep me to be able to buy more tapes, to record, and even be able to save a little, because there used to be people that religiously used to want those tapes every week. They were like, so whoever's out there, you have people like Brother Ishmael. There was a brother by the name of Ishmael. My brother Chief Joshua. Quite a few people, like Chief Hezekiah. Like there were some people that just every week they just wanted those tapes. So it helped me. I was able to get a better radio to record and to do all these things. And that was my beginning, right? So naturally you graduate, you know, you begin to do things little by little. So it was cassette tapes. Then someone gave me a camera. I believe it was, I want to say it was Prince Zippor, had a camera from he had a camera from, I think his mother had passed away. I want to say it was from, no, his mother didn't pass away. He got a camera from his mother. And he was like, you could use it. So I was like, okay, with the cassettes, I started like videotaping services. Like, but the camera cassettes were way more expensive than the audio cassettes. So I couldn't do that every week. You know, it will be cutting into what I was doing with the audio. But then that died out. And I was still doing cassettes. And then they invented a CD deck recorder. So now that's higher quality. You have to plug a mic and system. And then Shamar, we was in Shamar at that time, there was a band. So with there being a band, we had a chief musician a brother by the name of Sharia. He was the chief musician. He was a guitar player. He put all the music and melodies and everything together for the band, for the band to be able to sing. So what happened is when you have a band, now you need to amplify the sound, so you need a board. So I went and bought a board, the rack, everything, because we did shows. We used to go on Shabbat to other congregations. We used to travel. We used to do shows. So Brother Sharia, because he was into music, he would tell me how to EQ, how to move the knobs, how it's supposed to sound. That with my CD tape deck. I even got like a DAT machine at those times. It was a digital audio tape. That's what I started with first, a DAT machine. and then the CD recorder. And I used to record, and that's how I learned the sounds and how not to let stuff clip so that you don't get that distorted sound. You know, a lot of trial and error, This time I'm an adult, already starting my life, have a real job, so I could afford things a little bit better. So little by little, I started doing that. The camcorder, got a different camcorder, began to record, began to just advance with technology. Now, technology is funny because it's a rabbit hole. You continue to go into technology, you're going to continue to spend more and more and more and more because you kind of want to keep up with technology. And that's the wisdom that came from application, from showing a dedication to something, showing a dedication to something and pursuing something, and then the Most High God give it to you. Now, I never went to school for video editing. These are all things that I kind of figured out, trial and error, looking at videos, observation. And then the blessing behind it was because I had all these things in the house, my children came up and they began to become technical, right? Amos, a great photographer, videographer, did little mini movies and documentaries and things like that. I'm not saying this because of me, but the stuff, he has a greater eye than I do in taking photos. But I used to take pictures on holy days, right? So a lot of the great pictures that you see is me just taking pictures, but I used to just put it on the automatic thing and just let the camera do his own thing. He took it in aperture and no, Abba, you gotta adjust this, and now you could blur out the background and you just see he took it to another level, right? He's a professional in that. Maozia, he saw me maybe change the drive on a computer or add some RAM or do things like that. Saw me open up my computer a couple of times, clean it out, add a hard drive, add some stuff. He took it to another level. He could build computers, gaming computers, whatever. So it just shows that the wisdom that God puts within you, that you become like a carrier. You begin to spread that out to everyone else if you do it in positivity and you do it good. Naturally, my children are going to adapt to it, right? I have my oldest daughter does coding, technical stuff, right? Stuff that has to do with computers. Always had it around them. They picked it up. I came home today before the sun went down. Our washing machine in the house, the water pump stopped working. So what happened is the water pump, when it stopped working, the machine just holds the water. And after a while, it has like a release valve and all the water goes out at the bottom of the machine. It's an automatic release valve because it can't hold water anymore, right? So what was happening is you washing, but the water is not being pumped out because the water pump was damaged. So I knew that that's what it was. I ordered the part on Amazon, came home. Today, I'm like, where the boys at? It was downstairs right before sundown. One was holding the washing machine. The other one already had the part in, screwing it in, almost done, put it through a rinse and wash cycle and pumped the water out. Toraya. That's not a stressful thing that I have to go through. But that's what happens when you technology and the Most High God blesses you with things, you could pass it down. You don't even know you're passing it down to your children. You don't even know that you're doing things that you're passing down to people. People talk about, they always on the Mishpachah channel, they always ask, how did they learn how to drum that way? And yeah, Chief Meku sometimes does classes, but the kids don't really learn. The classes is more to sharpen them up. But it's something innate in them that the Most High already puts in them, that they hear it and they could play it. What Chief Meku and Israel and all them other guys do, all they do is really sit them down and fine tune them. Right? No, you're not. All right, I see what you're doing. You're cheating. Play it this way. And then that's when they lessons really begin. Right? Those are all things. Those are the things that you pass down to your children and your children grasp, and the wisdom that the Most High God gives us. And I know I went into a long history about it, but I'm just showing you how God blessed me with the wisdom to do certain things. And then I pass it down to my children, and they are becoming greater. And that's the way it's supposed to be. I'm not supposed to stymie them. I'm not supposed to hold them back. They are supposed to become greater than I am. They are supposed to be greater. All right. Let me see. Shabbat shalom to everybody on the chat. And I see y'all trying to get to that number. I don't think y'all gonna make it though. It says here, verse 18, the fear of Yahuwah is the crown of wisdom, making peace and perfect health to flourish. Wow, making peace and perfect health to flourish. So if we use wisdom, we could retain our health, right? Because it takes wisdom to understand, hey, I got to cut down. Hey, I got to eat more vegetables. Hey, I got to take my vitamins. Hey, I have to cut down on this because this is doing damage to me. So that's what wisdom does for you. Says, making peace and perfect health to flourish. Because when we use our wisdom, make it. If you know that you're smoking cigarettes and it's damaging you, and you know that at the end of it is lung cancer or any type of other cancer, why wouldn't you stop? Right? Like I said earlier, we like to blame God, but it's really our own negligence that causes us to err. And we can't blame that on God, as we brought it on our own. So those are things that we have to understand. It says here, she rained down knowledge and discernment and discerning comprehension, and she heightened the glory of those who held her fast. Wow. She rained down knowledge and discerning comprehension, understanding. Right? She rained that down, and she heightened the glory of those who held her fast. And she heightens your glory to those who held on to wisdom. Fast, meaning like with an urgency, right? And won't let go. She heightens your glory. You look wise in the sight of people. You become wise in the sight of people. The people see you and they love what is it that you're doing. Hallelujah. That's right. It says here, to fear Yahweh is the root of wisdom. That's the root of everything. The fear of Yahweh is the root of everything. And her branches are long life. Because in the branches is where you see the life of the tree, right? You see the greenery, you see all that. And the branches of wisdom is long life, and we can hold on to it and also have long life. It says here, verse 22, unjust anger cannot be justified, for anger tips the scale to one's ruin. Unjust anger cannot be justified. So if you're unjustly angry, you can't justify that. And that's what we see a lot of in the streets today. Young men murdering young men, that's unjust anger. You can't justify that. It says here, those who are patient stay calm until the right moment, and then cheerfulness comes back to them. See, that's what I have to work on sometimes. I don't get angry often, but I do get angry, and that could go one or two ways, right? I do get angry, and I don't like when I get angry, right? Because when you get angry, sometimes you lose it. And when I mean I get angry, it's not like when I get angry I get abusive or I'm a bully or anything like that. It's not like that. It's just your spirit. Things frustrate you. They get you upset, right? That's the anger that I'm talking about. And that's what I'm trying to work on. So a lot of times now when people tell me things that would, most time work my nerves, I just now try to learn to let it go, or try to give an answer like, maybe the person is going through this, or maybe the person is going through that. Maybe it's this. Maybe that if they said that, well, that's their prerogative. You know what I mean? Or that's how they feel. And I can't help that. I'm trying to work on myself. What can I say? You know what I mean? We all have our flaws that we have, but I could work on that. And then some people work on your nerves. They try to push those buttons. And you have to be wise enough to understand that they're trying to push those buttons. Unfortunately, some of us don't do it. But if you could acknowledge something in you, then and acknowledging that thing in you, then be able to make changes. All right? It says here, verse 23, those who are patient stay calm until the right moment, and then cheerfulness comes back to them. Yeah, those who are patient stay calm until the right moment. So stay calm until the right moment, and then cheerfulness comes back to you. Anger is a waste of time and a waste of space. And getting angry, you just are going to cause harm to yourself. How does this microphone sound? Does it sound good? Is it too loud? I put a preamp on it, so I just want to make sure that it's coming clear. There is no noise in it. I just want to make sure that it's coming in clear. It says, verse 24, they hold back their words until the right moment. Then the lips of many tell of their good sense. Right. Know the right time to say the right things. Like, hold back your lips to the right moment and then say the right thing. You hear everything that everyone has to say. Then you say the right thing. Everyone is not adept or good at everything. I'm not good at certain things, right? I'm not good at certain things, and I know my limitations. I know the things that make me angry, so I try to stay away from them, but I know my limitations, and you must know your limitations. You must know that this is not what you're good at, and that you should understand that there are other people better than you in doing that. So you allow those people to be able to do what is it that they do that's good, and you move to the side. It's a team. It's a team effort. Everyone on the team has their specialty. When you look at a baseball team, they might have 2 or 3 sluggers. But everybody, when you have a team that everybody hits home runs, it's a team that fails because most home run hitters strike out a lot because they swing for the fences, right? So a lot of times they swing and miss. Strike 1, strike 2, strike 3. So you get a good pitcher that know how to fool these home run hitters. Everybody on the team is a home run hitter. They can't make contact, and you lose the game because of great pitching. But if you have a well-balanced team, people that know how to get on base, meaning they don't swing at every pitch. They get on base. They steal bases, right? You have people that hit line drives, that hit little singles, that hit double gap hitters. And then you got your 2 or 3 home run hitters. And then combined with good defense, that makes a team, that makes a dangerous team, a winning team. So everybody on the team is not going to be able to do all of the same things. Now, on teams, you have people that, on baseball teams, you have like some people that could play every position. They're not great at it, but at all the positions, but could adequately play every position. You also need a person like that, right? And you have people like that that could do a little bit of everything. You have that, but that's not the person that you lean on. You have everybody that is playing their position, holding their post, and that's what helps you to become great as a team. We are a team, a nation, a people, and we are a team of people. And we have to remember that we all play our parts and we all play our positions. There's no great I, no little U's. We all play our position. And if we play our position correctly, then the Most High God will bless us. I'm noticing that I'm seeing the lady in front of me, the window here in the shot. Excuse me. Todayah for wisdom. I hope I'm not boring y'all. Let me see here. And the treasuries of wisdom are wise sayings, but godliness is an abomination to a sinner. And the treasuries of wisdom are wise sayings. So wise people will delight in wise sayings, right? Even if they're angry, because you're bringing it to me, and because I'm wise, it could bring down my spirit. So, but godliness is an abomination to a sinner. Don't kick no knowledge to me. That's what they tell you. I mean, I ain't with that God stuff, man. Don't talk to me about that. Don't talk to me about this. Don't talk to me about that. Even Israelites that know God, they don't want to hear anything. They lean on their own understanding, and therefore, it says you cut off your nose to spite your face. We have to forsake that spirit, and understand that everything comes from the Most High God, and that every action that we take has a positive or negative reaction, every action that we take. So we have to consider the things that we're doing and understand that the Most High God is the one that judges all, and that we must obtain wisdom in order to walk in the straight and narrow path, obtain the Torah of the Most High God, walk in it, let it become a diadem for your head, for your forehead. Let it become marrows to your bone, like I said. Let it become all the things that fortify you. Let it become your vitamin in order for you to be strong and be able to walk righteously. It says here, verse 27, for the fear of Yahweh is wisdom and discipline. Fidelity and humility are his delight. There go your word, More Tavel, humility. For the fear of Yahweh is wisdom and discipline. Fidelity and humility are his delight. That's right. Fidelity, being loyal, and humility are his delight. Fidelity to who? To his word. Or to what? To the word of God. And discipline. We must have discipline, brothers and sisters. Discipline is a major part of it. I mean, discipline is a major part of life, right? We have to be disciplined to get up every morning, go to work on time. The people that are not disciplined, that keep coming in late, that keep punching in the clock, 30 minutes late, 20 minutes late, 25, eventually the lack of discipline, what happens? What happens with that lack of discipline? Y'all answer it. That's right, they get fired because of that lack of discipline. So these are the things that we have to keep in mind. These are the things that we have to understand and we have to know. These are all good things and good sayings, things that will carry us to a higher level. Wisdom is what we must obtain. Wisdom is what we must walk with so that our way will be at peace with the Most High God. Bind yourself with wisdom and make understanding a part of you. That's right. Have an understanding heart. Verse 28, do not disobey the fear of Yahweh. Do not approach him with a divided mind. So do not disobey the fear of Yahweh. Don't disobey it. Fear God. Keep his commandment, for this is the whole man. Do not approach him with a divided mind. Don't approach God with a double mind. Know surely what the Most High God delights in. And understand that Yah is the creator of us all. And we are the creature. It says here, do not be a hypocrite before others and keep watch over your lips. Do not be a hypocrite over others and keep watch over your lips. So you go talk to people about that brother or that sister, or you go talk to people about that congregation or the people in the congregation, and yet you used to be a member of the place, and the same thing you are criticizing the people about is the same thing you used to do. Don't be a hypocrite. Don't knock somebody down, an individual, and talk about them, about what they do or what they used to do, and you do the same thing. It's wrong. If you have a problem with an individual or you have something with an individual, let them know. You know what people... One of the things that I hear about myself is that people tell me, I never knew it till a few people told me, oh, it just seemed like you didn't want to say anything to anybody, or you were mean, or you didn't speak to people. All right, so this is my thing in the school that I came from. The school that we came from, we started our place called Benazak and Yakat, right? Before we went to Shema Yisrael and we became Shema Yisrael, it was Benazak and Yakat. Benazak and Yakat, the way that we grew up was, and this is always, I get this from sisters about the way that I am, and that I'm kind of like, I don't want to say that I don't want to talk to anyone, but I'm not like the huggy feel. I don't do that because the school that I came from was very strict on, you don't be in nobody's wife's face, you don't be in nobody's daughter's face. That could get you hurt, right? So that was to avoid any kind of anything. So we didn't get used to hugging people's wives. We didn't get used to hugging people's daughters. That was you could catch a bad one, put it like that. Right? So when you grow up with that type of discipline, when you see women, you you say shalom, but it wasn't too much of a being in their face smiling or whatever. So growing up and holding the position that I was holding, I didn't realize that personality part of me was coming out, and it wasn't from not liking people. It was from just being aware that that's somebody's wife, or that's a woman, and I don't want to, I don't want to violate, or I don't want to. So I'd rather just keep it this way, so I don't violate. And it became offensive to some people, and but the people didn't talk about me behind my back. They actually called me, because it's people that I feel cared for me, or felt, that they like me as an individual. So I would have to explain, like, no, I don't, I don't have anything with you. I think you're a great person, but it's your personality, right? And the things that you do. Now, the people that I know, they know that I like joking. I joke around. That's what I do. But if I'm not that close with you, or don't know you that close, then it's a little bit different, because I'm a little bit more guarded when it comes to that sort of stuff. So it's just things that you learn throughout the years, right? Now, Holly said 8 more to go. She really hell bent on this music tonight. Let's see. So don't be a hypocrite, all right? Be straight up, be honest. Tell people what you're really feeling. Let people know how you're feeling about something. Then if you have a point, then people might change. But if you talking behind their back and you're not informing them as to what they're doing wrong, then you're causing them to sin, and the sin shall be upon you, and the punishment shall be upon you, because you chose to go tell somebody else rather than the person that you're supposed to tell. Hypocrisy is a killer, because you have to look at yourself in the mirror first before you start talking about others, because you have to consider what you've done and the things that you do before you talk about someone else. I hope that made sense to y'all. Verse 30. Do not exalt yourself, or you may fall and bring dishonor upon yourself. Don't exalt yourself, because you might fall and bring dishonor upon yourself. So don't put yourself on the pedestal. Don't make yourself something that you're not, because you're going to fall on your face. Let the Most High God put you in a position. Says here, Yahweh will reveal your secrets and overthrow you before the whole congregation, because you did not come in the fear of Yahweh, and your heart was full of deceit. Oh my goodness. Say Yahweh will it says Yahweh will reveal your secrets, will reveal what's really in your heart, and overthrow you before the whole congregation, overthrow you before his people, overthrow you, bring you down. And it says, because you did not come in the fear of Yahweh, you came of your own volition, and your heart was full of deceit. You didn't come uprightly, you came with deceit. God is good, and God reveals secrets, and he lets us know who's for us and who's not. All you got to do is keep your hands clean. Keep your spirit pure. Understand that he's the creator of us all and not us ourselves. Understand that Yahweh is great and there is no one else like unto him. All right? Now I'm going to attempt to do this. So you got to give me a little second to set up, because I didn't really have this stuff set up. So hopefully you can still hear me. The microphone gonna sound a little bit far away. So while I set this up, so just leave your comments. Let everybody know what's up. Let me know what's up. Leave a comment on the chat. Did you like the lesson? Did you get anything out of the lesson? Talk to me. Let me know. I have to set everything up because I had it not plugged in. So you're going to see me actually setting up. Because it seems like y'all going to get to 100. But if I get set up and it's not up to 100, I'm not playing nothing. Y'all need to get this up to 100. So I'm just letting y'all know I'm setting up just in case, because I gave my word. But if y'all don't reach to it, I'm not doing nothing. All right? Not doing nothing. So, see? Y'all recognize this computer right here. Like I said, if y'all don't get your numbers up to 100, I'm not doing nothing. So get your numbers up to 100. Y'all work on that. How's everybody feeling out there? I hope that everybody is good. I hope that everybody had a good Shabbat meal. What did you have for Shabbat today? What was your Shabbat meal today? Let me know what was your Shabbat meal. Put it up in the chat. Give me a second here. I'm gonna be moving around. Hope you can still hear me while I'm doing this. So you see how it's done. So see how the magic is done. In fact, let me move this over one more. Computer turning on. Let's get some power going through this board. Let's get it up to 100. Oh, y'all fell back down to 86. Y'all got to work harder there. Now, Halio, you got to work harder. Your people left because they see me setting up. You got to work harder now, Halio. Your people left because they see me setting up. They don't have no faith. Your people leave. Your people them. Now, Halio, where your people at? Now, Halio, where your people? Now, Halio, where your people them? Give me a second here, family, while I set up. I'm almost done. See here. 1, 2. Can y'all still hear me? Give me a 1 if you can still hear me. I think the green is gone. Man, this computer is dead. I actually got to change the battery on this computer. So I hope that you liked the lesson. I hope that the lesson was yeah, I know there was no sound at some point of it, but the sound should be back. That wallpaper is that wallpaper now is Scott. I think we going right there. We going over. I forgot. That might be the Bahamas, right? Not the Bahamas. Nassau, something like that. Now remember, it's a different microphone now. It's not the same microphone. It's a different mic now. It's not the same one. So you're gonna have to get used to this microphone right now. Shalom, shalom. Can you hear me loud and clear? Can you hear me loud and clear? Can you hear me loud and clear? Can you hear me loud and clear now? Is the audio still low? The computer has to boot up, Tyrell. Computer ain't booted up yet. I haven't turned this computer on for 3, 4 weeks. There you go. I like that sound there. Now it's turning on. So let's see where our numbers is at. We at 80. Y'all not doing a good job. We at 80. You're not doing a good job. So y'all not doing a good job. So I don't know if I'm gonna play music. Let me look for my brother. Let me download my brother's music first. Then we could go from there. No, I need the different account. There you go. We only got 84 in the room right now. I don't think that y'all really want to listen tonight. I had a feeling that y'all slacking off today or tonight. Here we go. We almost there, people. We almost there. All right, let's see what we're talking about here. Let's see if we're working with something tonight. I'll start it off with my usual. Wow. If this is happening, this is a disaster. This is not good. We have a problem, Houston. Oh, we back on. There we go. Ooh, I thought my music files were all gone.
I bring it to you so that you can understand the truth. Children of Israel, you and your squad better spread the real God. I bring it to you so that you can understand the truth. Children of Israel, you and your squad better spread the real God. Hold up, bro, I'm here to wake your soul up. Vibrate your mind state and show up. Give it to ya. Make the wicked run and panic when I give it to ya. Lord statutes and commandments, I'ma give it to ya. Like Moses on the mount, when I shout holy truth, so that you can't.
Let me know how that sounds, people.
These wise words I sire, brought forth to take the spirit higher. On the flip side, retire. All fakes and phonies, fraud, cons, and liars. All false messiahs, pretenders.
Let me know how that sound, brothers,
Remember, y'all gave me
sisters.
to spit divine fire. Refuse to praise his name and get burned by the flame. This ain't the game. I'm bringing you reality. The fighting skills to kill that Negro mentality. So wake up, Jacob, good Jehovah Elohim, reign supreme. I bring it to you so that you can understand the truth. Children of Israel, you and your squad better spread the real God.
Come on, let me know how it
Bring it
sounds.
to you so that you can understand the truth.
Give me a one if it sounds nice and clear.
Your squad better spread the real God. 1, 2. So tell me what the really going you when the creator of the universe will come calling for you. Take heed. I'm guaranteed to give you what you need. Take heed. You the spiritual food that I'ma feed you. I bleed the blood of Abraham, original Hebrew. Here to stop that sin again. This ain't cinema. I don't rock with you, but I'm that law-abiding citizen and God's holy nation of priests. I'm praying face in the east, teaching the truth to awaken the streets up to a life that is sacred and clean. Know what I mean? So you can pick all you want, spread your hate, brag and boast. Most High got my back, God Jehovah's ever oath, aka Lord of Hosts, to whom all praises is due for life. Forsake his way and yo, you just might lose your life. I'm choosing right over the wrong. I bring it strong, representing for my Israelites. I bring it to you so that you can understand the so that you can understand the truth. Children of Israel. So what's the deal, yo? People refuse to keep it real, so I got to bring the truth and tell the people how it's done. Make it hot like the day y'all created the sun. I like the bullets fired out of your gun to kill the wicked. So what's the deal, people refuse to keep it real, so I got to bring the truth and tell them people how we do. Stop telling them lies, start teaching the truth. Or the next rhyme I write might be about you. Shoot the gift that's God given. Adversaries wanted us dead, you still living. Still instilling God's truth and God's children. The whole us back is still take a nation to millions. I'm down for the people, I'm down for the cause. I'm bound by the Torah, so I'm down by law. In spiritual mental sword I swing. I don't fear no man because I'm down with the king. I bring it to you so that you can understand the truth. Children of Israel. I bring it to you so that you can understand the truth. Children of Israel.
Is it still distorted? Let me know if it's still distorted. I'm going to start this song over. I want to make sure that it's playing perfect. I'm going to play this track over. Is it still sounding distorted? All right, I'm going to turn down some more of the volume. Here we go. Play it over. That's not the song. I'm not going to move on until I get it clear. Let me know if it sounds better now.
So that you can understand the truth. Children of Israel. I bring it to you so that you can understand.
Let me know how it sounds now.
Children of Israel. Hold up, bro, I'm here to wake your soul up. Vibrate your mind state and shown up. Give it to ya. Make the wicked run and panic when I give it to ya. Lord statutes and commandments, I'ma give it to ya. Like Moses on the mount, when I shout holy truth, so the youth can't know what I'm talking about. No doubt, these wise words I saw ya brought forth to take a spirit higher. On the flip side, retire all fakes and phonies, fraud, cons, and liars. All false messiahs, pretenders, words, purge, and claims ya. Remember, y'all gave me the spirit to spit divine fire. Refuse to praise his name and get burned by the flame. This ain't a game, I'm bringing you reality. The fighting skills to kill that Negro mentality. So wake up, Jacob, good Jehovah Elohim reign supreme. I bring it to you so that you can understand the truth. Children of Israel. I bring it to you so that you can understand the truth. Children of Israel. 1, 2. So tell me what them really going to do when the creator of the universe will come calling for you. Take heed. I'm guaranteed to give you what you need. Take heed. You the spiritual fool that I'ma feed you. I bleed the blood of Abraham, original Hebrew. Here to stop that sin again. This ain't cinema. I don't rock with Jamie Foxx, but I'm that law-abiding citizen in God's holy nation of priests. I'm praying face in the east.
How we sounding now, people?
Up to a life that is sacred and clean. Know what I mean?
Let me know how we sounding now.
Spread your hate, brag and boast. Most high got my back, God Jehovah's ever oath, aka Lord of hosts, to whom all praises is due for life. Forsake his way and yo, you just might lose your life. I'm choosing right over the wrong. I bring the strong, representing for my Israelites. I bring it to you so that you can understand the truth. Children of Israel.
Can we hear me now? How we sounding now? Let me know.
I bring it to you so
Let
that
me know how we doing out there.
truth. Children of Israel. So what's the deal? Yo, people refuse to keep it real, so I got to bring the truth and tell the people how it's done. Make it hot like the day y'all created the sun. I like the bullets fired out of your gun to kill the wicked.
Let me know when it's perfect.
Refuse to keep it real, so I got to bring the truth and tell them people how we do. Stop telling them lies, start teaching the truth. Or the next rhyme I write might be about you. Shoot the gift that's God given. Adversaries wanted us dead, you still living. Still instilling God's truth and God's children. The whole us back is through take a nation to millions. I'm down for the people, I'm down for the cause. I'm bound by the Torah, so I'm down by law. In spiritual, mental sword I swing. I don't fear no man because I'm down with the king. I bring it to you so that you can understand the truth. Children of Israel. I bring it to you so that you can understand the truth. Children of Israel.
Alright. Shema Israel. Yo, Elena. Yo, Eka. I fall.
Let me know if it's still distorted.
Yahovah Eloheinu, you are my strength, my God. Yahovah, I love you. You are my Father. I am your firstborn son. Hey, I love no other. Yahovah Eloheinu, you are my strength. I know that you're good. Yahovah Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu, you mean so much to me. Yahovah Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu, you mean so much to me. Only you control my destiny, and I'm gonna praise your name for eternity. And I'll prostrate myself for you, just like my Father do. I feel you are so good to
The pit is too lethal, the fix it deceive you. Israel getting lost in the midst of the evil. Y'all they want tight clothes knowing that it offends you. It's not simple cause it's the women and the men too sinful. So much pain you can pour it out. And all the leaders and teachers is getting worn out. Kids suffering, when are we gonna save them? Y'all's waiting patient like when are we gonna praise them? The new you, the old you, a camp you go to. These are things they say when they try to approach you. I coach you, the praise the living king, and I hope you really be reminded and refined through the vocals. See y'all's with us when we put our best in. I'm stressing, what if all of the leaders was best friends? And David Tom used to ride them horses. We living in a time where we drive them Porsches. I'm just speaking my mind and I'm making them nauseous. Real love wouldn't be a high-rated divorces. A lot of people fail but come back with a stand. And just cause you a male, that don't make you a man.
Yahovah Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu, you mean so much to me. Yahovah Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu, you mean so much to me. Yahovah Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu, you mean so much to me. Yahovah Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu, you mean so much to me.
Y'all telling me that we sound good now? Y'all telling me that we sound good now? It's all good now?
Higher, higher, higher. Yeah, I know someone who much higher, 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 higher. When I seen wrong prospering wherever they go, I envied the wicked so much that my feet were gone. But now I hold on to someone I know is strong. He my rock and fortress. I put my trust in Yahweh. Then you and me, that the whole world can see. Oh, yeah.
We back on it.
King,
I found out what the problem was.
protect us all.
And you heard my call.
Yahweh is higher. Is he a man to where he gotta lie? Is his ear heavy to where he will not hear? Is his arm shortened to where he cannot say? Cast your burden down and give them to Yahweh. He must. Then you and me, that the whole world can see. Oh, yeah. My King here, he protects us all, and he heard my call. Oh, yeah. Yahweh is higher. I used to worry about if my bills get paid. I used to worry about all of my enemies. I used to worry about if my friends would stay. But now I take my problems and give them to Yahweh. He must. Then you and me, that the whole world can see. Oh, yeah. My King here, he protects us all, and he heard my call. Yeah. Yahweh is
Yep. 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 Hebrews the Negroes. What's good, 5 parsec? Check me out, look. Knock, knock, this that knowledge dropping duo. Do it big like it's sumo. Still stacking like Duplo. Get the kudos when we linking up. Wash away the competition from your phones and libraries when we sinking. Used to keep a Dutch, 4/5 in a heater clutch. Since I found the truth, dropping knowledge seems street enough. Hebrews and Negroes ain't no need to fuss. Disinfect the mic with antiseptic flow so I can clean the cuts. Y'all need a hero, send the beacon up. I get bread and I rap. What's up? Just say the Peter's tough. Exodus 2.0, they tryna speed it up. Corrupt system injustice is how it's leading up. System corrupt, but I'm trying to break it. Follow righteousness, I'm just trying to make it. Acquire the sense of self, now they trying to take it. Change my lifestyle, now people try to hate it. 250,000 for our reparations, plus a clean slate of credit. Okay, now we're back to basics. Own understanding makes you think less. I don't need mess, I'm political, I don't need cess. Trying to live, I don't need stress. Y'all deal with lies and deceit in your circle, that's why your team's vexed. We Israel's while my team's next. Yehovah Elohim, it was our strength, that's why my team's black. Yep.
We gotta start this from the top. Let's go.
Yep.
Our brothers at F. Benjamin.
Yep.
This one is called
Hebrews the Negroes. What's good, 5 parsec?
Let's go, let's go.
Yo, look, knock, knock, this that knowledge dropping duo. Do it big like it's sumo, still stacking like Duplo. Get the kudos when we linking up. Wash away the competition from your phones and libraries when we syncing up. Used to keep a Dutch, 4/5 in a heater clutch. Since I found the truth, dropping knowledge seems street enough.
Dre, where you at, Dre?
Ain't no need to fuss. Disinfect the mic with antiseptic flow so I can clean the cuts. Y'all need a hero, send the beacon up. I get bread and I rap. What's up? Just say the Peter's tough. Exodus 2.0, they tryna speed it up. Corrupt system injustice is how it's leading up. System corrupt, but I'm trying to break it. Follow righteousness, I'm just trying to make it. Acquire the sense of self, now they trying to take it. Change my lifestyle, now people try to hate it. 250,000 for our reparations. Plus a clean slate of credit, okay, now we're back to basics.
Show the brother some love.
And it makes you think less, I don't need mess, I'm political, I don't need cess. Trying to live, I don't need stress. Y'all deal with lies in the circle, that's why your team's vexed. Well, Israel's why my team's next. Yehovah Elohim, it was our strength, that's why my team's blessed. I use peer pressure as my motivation. I'm fueled by the word, what's your motivation? I want it all, I want it all. No,
yeah, sound like a little Wu-Tang.
Praising and hating, I have no association. Associated with oral knowledge and moral basics. Morality's a joke in these horror places. Find myself in check, flipping through Torah pages. New norm, we all do it on a normal basis.
Gotta listen to the lyrics.
All praises.
By the sea.
Hebrews the Negroes.
Hebrews the Negro.
By the sea.
Good looking 5 parsec.
This ain't just Shabbat music. I could listen to this all week long. Let's go.
JC, the biggest sin of the BCE. Now the CDC, they want to mute me. Police agents in this matrix trying to shoot me. God,
I'm going to bring it back, Dre. I'm on one tonight. We praising the Most High.
That's my Lord, Devarim 28. You would die by the sword. Cursed in idolatry, that ride to the morgue. Your cause is out in vain. Movements or the riots. Can't breathe serving Jesus. Can't breathe from a virus. This Babylon, they got people in our land. They still serve by all just to keep us to their plans. They been foul. They trying to take us out like the sixth foul. They God forgave sins, still they live foul. Truth be told, sins ain't forgiven. Contradicts our nature, we're born and we're sinning. No balance to the crooked that gets sworn in positions. Curses of my forefathers born in affliction. That's why I'm giving scripture over wax. Spiritual drugs don't need a swisher nor a rap. Spiritual blood.
Name of this one is Salah.
Had to create another bar just to make this all rap. My life in idolatry, I can't take it all back. Glad y'all didn't kill me for all the bacon I consume. Ignorance and getting drugs and gangs, lugging tools. Sex out of marriage, the hatred being true. Calling Aki's niggas, but now they call me coon. But now they see the fringes when I step inside the room. Kaboom, I move and groove and move positions. Clicking, you snooze and lose and serve the wicked. Tripping, I see it all through my iris. Salah, Salah,
Salah, Salah.
I see it all through my iris.
Salah, Salah, Salah.
I see it all through my iris.
Hey, Salah, Salah, Salah. I see it all through my iris. Salah, Salah. Let's go, let's go.
JC, the biggest sin of the BCE. Now the CDC, they want to mute me. Police agents in this matrix trying to shoot me. Gods of the wood and stone want to recruit me. We Detroit's the lights in our keypads. Keeping Yom Kippur, keeping kind to the poor. Keeping Torah and more. Blessings, they come galore. El Shaddai, that's my Yah, the Almighty, that's my Lord. Devarim 28, you would die by the sword. Cursed in idolatry, that ride to the morgue. Your cause is out in vain. Movements or the riots. Can't breathe serving Jesus. Can't breathe from a virus. This Babylon, they got people in our land. They still serve by all just to keep us to their plans. They been foul. They trying to take us out like the sixth foul. They God forgave sins, still they live foul. Truth be told, sins ain't forgiven. Contradicts our nature, we're born and we're sinning. No balance to the crooked that gets sworn in positions. Curses of my forefathers.
Show brothers Ab your love.
That's why I'm giving scripture over wax.
Let him know what he's doing is right.
Spiritual plug, I dropped the fiction from the facts. Had to create another bar just to make this all rap. My life in idolatry, I can't take it all back. Glad y'all didn't kill me for all the bacon I consume. Ignorance and getting drugs and gangs, lugging tools. Sex out of marriage, the hatred being true. Calling Aki's niggas,
Hey.
but now they call me coon.
Come on.
But now they see the fringes.
Hey.
Step inside the room.
Uh-huh.
Boom, I move and groove and move positions. Clicking, you snooze and lose and serve the wicked. Tripping, I see it all through my iris. Salah, 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 salah.
I see it all through my iris. Salah, salah, salah. I see it all through my iris. Salah. I see it all through my iris.
Salah, 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 salah.
Now, Dread, I'm going to bring the other one back, but I just got to say this. Brothers is stepping their game up. When you hand music to me, it has to be sonically pleasing. Now, the last two artists that handed music to me are my nephew Prince Shem, Shake Me Out, being Prince Shem, and now my brother Zeb. Now, he only let two play. These are not even his two best ones. He got like 20-something more songs that I heard that I've been jamming for the last 2 days that got messages just like this. You get the feel. It feels like real hip-hop with a message on it. This is what I'm talking about, Israel. That's what we got to step our game up to. You see, Ak, when this dropping, bring that back. I'm bringing it back, Dread. I know you like the first one, Dread. Dread, I know you like the first one. I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to bring that first one back. But I just want to let the brothers Ev know you did your thing. You a monster. You're in my top 5 right now in Israel. You're in my top 5 right now. You're in my top 5. So, as we say, we're going to bring that first one back by request by the Dread, Mordecai Ben Naphtali. Here we go.
Yep. 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 Hebrews the Negroes. What's good, 5 parsec?
Let's go.
Look, knock, this that knowledge dropping duo. Do it big like it's sumo, still stacking like Duplo. Get the kudos when we linking up. Wash away the competition from your phones and libraries when we syncing up. Used to keep a Dutch, full fifth in a heater clutch. Since I found the truth, dropping knowledge seems street enough. Hebrews and Negroes ain't no need to fuss. Disinfect the mic with antiseptic flow so I can clean the cuts. Y'all need a hero, send the beacon up. I get bread and I rap. What's up? Just say the Peter's tough. Exodus 2.0, they trying to speed it up. Corrupt system and justice is how it's leading up. System corrupt, but I'm trying to break it. Follow righteousness, I'm just trying to make it. Acquire the sense of self, now they trying to take it. Change my lifestyle, now people try to hate it. 250,000 for our reparations, plus a clean slate of credit. Okay, now we're back to basics. Own understanding makes you think less. I don't need mess, now I'm political, I don't need cess. Trying to live, I don't need stress. Y'all deal with lies and deceit in your circle, that's why your team's vexed. We Israel's while my team's next. Yehovah Elohim, it was our strength, that's why my team's blessed. I use peer pressure as my motivation. I'm fueled by the word, what's your motivation?
He said, Yehovah Elohim, that's my strength. That's why my team is blessed.
I want it all, no negotiations. Cross praising and hating, I have no association. Associated with oral knowledge and moral basics. Morality's a joke in these horror places. Find myself in check, flipping through Torah pages. New norm, we all do it on a normal basis. Jehovah gets all praises. By the sea. Hebrews the Negroes. Yep. By the sea. Good looking, Bob.
Don't worry, Levan, if you listening, you still my #1 rapper. Aha. Now that's what I'm talking about. Now you hear that? You see how simple that is? If you real hip hop, that's how simple it is. All right? If you real hip hop, that's how simple it is. And Tamar, since you say your brother's listening, I'm gonna play this one for him. He probably forgot he even did this. Let's go.
I ran across
Uzi.
We used to hang,
Man.
What's up with you?
I'm just trying to maintain, man.
I replied back, I'm doing my thing, man. Cane slang, gang bang for some change, man. Speaking of change, man, he said I changed, man.
I'm in the garden, I'll have to rearrange, man.
I just stare, look at him, kinda
Strange, man.
I know your style, used to wild, do the
Same thing.
We was twins, got it in like
Yin yang.
You was under me like baby head.
Wait, man.
Good runs, good time, also pain, man. Make sure my brother was covered when I used to slang, man. I ain't mad, I'm just glad what you became, man. You got a bar and 2 bangs, man.
So what that mean?
That mean a daughter and 2 sons to make it plain, man. I ain't hating, I'm just happy y'all came.
Come on.
Often sit back and reminisce. This place here, I remember this.
I reminisce.
I reminisce.
Often
sit back and reminisce. This place here, I remember this.
My God.
I reminisce.
My God.
I reminisce.
Come on.
I went back the other day to the old camp. They showed me much love.
Like I was an old champ.
I saw young dudes I helped shape and made a man.
Now they teach us talk about the God of Abraham.
It's amazing how time flies. We hard heads, so a lot of our kinds die.
Yeah.
Get your glass, hold your wine high. Even those with dough without God on the grind.
Let's go.
God we fear and know. As a youngster
Years ago.
misery la
Company.
bounce cause you're
Miserable.
Things don't appear to go
Everywhere you want them to.
Gotta test you sometimes to see
What you wanna do.
Slow down, shorty, keep your faith. Without God, even guns won't keep you safe. I keep it real so the streets relate. Remember thieves and snakes move and speak with hate.
Snapple fat.
Back and reminisce.
I used to be Levan's hype man.
Remember this.
Hey.
I reminisce.
Come on.
I reminisce.
Yeah.
Often sit back and reminisce. This place here, I remember this. I remember running street blocks, ducking, dodging street cops. Strong run up on us wrong.
We would let that
hip hop that had to come to a complete stop. Too many brothers died, I cried when they heartbeat stopped. Monies and honeys get your weak spot. God is always merciful,
but them thugs on the street not.
They used to hate and take cheap shots.
But look what we got. Went from Z spot to a
sweet spot. We'll never be stopped, sucker, see to see us ever. Hate to bust your bubble,
baby, but we here forever.
Never ever front and fake, always be true. You might have fell in what the hell,
shorty, me too.
Love God and always be you. Without y'all, brother, we through. Tell me what will we do? Love God and always be you. Without God, brother, we through.
Shalom, see you.
Often sit back and reminisce.
He said went from Z spot to a sweet spot.
I reminisce.
Who know who Z is?
I reminisce.
My God.
Often sit back and reminisce. This place here, I remember this.
My God.
I reminisce.
My God.
I reminisce. My God.
He wrote that in one day, by the way. I requested it of him. He wrote it in one day, came back the next day, sharpened it up, recorded it, and then he was gone. Because that's how real MCs do. They write stuff in a day, 2 hours, an hour, depending on how intricate you want the song to be. This is what I'm talking about. Y'all got to step y'all game up. Y'all want to be an MC? This mumble, Zev in one of his songs talked about that mumble rap junk. You can't understand what they saying. Rap is an art. You hear Chief Naftali Ben Don? Rap is an art. When you start praising the Most High with it, and when you start dropping knowledge, it's an art. It said, come to God with your best. So y'all come with your best when you come before the Creator. You see my brother Meku, you see all the drummers, they come with their best. They don't come half-stepping. This is what I'm talking about, true art. This is the type of stuff that I'm looking for. Here we go. Hey, you already know what this is. Get up and dance. Let your friends know what we doing tonight. Come on. Baruch Shem Kevo Leolam Leolam Waye. Come on.
Shema
Israel Yahovah Eloheinu Yahovah Echad Baruch Shem Kevo Malkuto Leolam Leolam Waye. Adon Zamir, I'm waiting for some stuff from you. Adon Zamir, you out there. He might have a red husband. That's who I'm talking to. Come on. Why? CHOKMAH, Yera, Yahovah, Reishi, CHOKMAH, Yera, Yahovah. Come on, y'all. Hey, come on. That's that feel-good music. Come on. Come on, y'all, step y'all game up. Step y'all game up. We praising Yah. Come to Yah with your best. I could only play his music back to back. I don't got nothing else to match it up with.
I see
תנאים ממעקה עמוק הזמן מלך העולם בורא הארץ הוא מושיענו שמו יהוה ואהבת את יהוה אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך אהבת את יהוה אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך והיו
הדברים האלים
והיו הדברים האלים ואהבת את יהוה אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך אהבת את יהוה אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך והיו הדברים האלים והיו הדברים האלים ואהבת את יהוה אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך אהבת את יהוה אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך והיו
הדברים כאלים היי
והיו
דברים כאלים ואהבת את יהוה אלוהיך
בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך אהבת את יהוה אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך ארץ זבת חלב ודבש ארץ זבת חלב ודבש
Yisrael, 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 hey,
Abraham Yitzchak
Yisrael, Yahovah Echad.
Elohei Abraham Yitzchak Yisrael
Hey, Yahovah Echad.
Israel, 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 Israel. Eretz zבת חלב, ודבש. Eretz zבת חלב, ודבש. Israel, Israel.
Quadosha,
Quadosha,
Quadosha. Sing along, y'all. Quadosha, Yahuwah.
Quadosha,
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 Quadosha, Yahuwah. Hallelujah,
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 hallelujah, Yahuwah.
Hallelujah,
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 hallelujah, Yahuwah.
Blessed be the day of the Shabbat.
Hey,
Blessed be the joy it brings.
Blessed be the-
God of the Father who gives us
everything. Blessed be the joy and the worship, the things that enlighten our lives. Blessed be the,
God of the Father.
for He is the Most High, and Yahuwah is His name. Yahuwah is His name. Yahuwah is His name.
Blessed be the day of the Shabbat. Blessed be the joy it brings. Blessed be the God of our Father who gives us everything. Blessed be the joy and the worship, the things that enlighten our lives. Blessed be the God of our Father, for He is the Most High. Yehovah is His name. Yehovah is His name.
Yahweh Eloheinu, Yahweh Echad. Hear, O Yisrael, Yahweh our God, Yahweh is one. And thou shalt love Yahweh thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy might. And these words shall command this day shall be in thy heart. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children. Melech Hagadole Olam. Next couple of songs is the last one. And it shall be when Yahweh thy God said and brought thee into the land which he swore to our fathers, to Abraham, to Yitzchak, and to Yaakov, to give thee great and goodly cities thou buildest not, and houses full of all good things which thou fillest not, wells dig which thou diggest not, vineyards and olive trees thou plantest not. When thou shalt eat and be full, then beware lest thou forget Yahweh, who brought thee forth from the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt fear Yahweh thy God and serve him, and shalt swear by his name. Ye shall not go after all the gods and the gods of the people that are round about you. For Yahweh thy God is a jealous God amongst you, lest the anger of Yahweh thy God be kindled against thee, and he destroy thee from the face of the earth. Hallelujah. I hope that you enjoyed the night with me, with this music. May the Most High God, creator of heaven and earth, be with you all on this night. I think I rocked out, which I taught a lesson and I played some music. So now it's time for me to go rest. I pray that everyone stays blessed, and I pray that the creator of heaven and earth be with you all. Shalom, shalom. Everyone have a great night's sleep. Somebody said, what? I just got on. Too late. You got to go back and listen. This ain't going to be one of them till midnight, not tonight. So I'm going to talk to y'all in the morning. May the Most High God, creator of heaven and earth, be with you all. Shalom, shalom. Hallelujah.